Well, here's the completed forearm on the Rossi. The Rossi 3030 is what I was working on with a laminated, round laminated stock. This is the forearm that I was working on. Showed you all the steps from the first cut all the way through to the final prep with the Scotch-Rite pad. You'll see that we've got all the different lines, or I should say the vines, coming all the way through. And the leaves, I have coated this one with two coats of a Minwax called Special Walnut Stain. Two coats because the first one obviously wasn't quite dark enough, and put a second coat just to deepen the darkness, the brown in there, to cover the lines. As you can see here, you're seeing all the lines from this laminated stock, because it's many thin pieces of wood glued together, so you want to get those out of there, because it takes away from the flow of whatever you're putting on here. In this case, the vines, it could be animal carvings, it could be basket weave, it could be anything, but it takes away from it if those lines are showing through, so you want to make sure that's covered. Used a little bit of an oil wash, a diluted oil stain, or oil paint, so that it was more like a stain or a wash. Put that over all the leaves so you can see as it flows all the way through. Now I'll show you the buttstock. The buttstock, here's the completed buttstock. Okay, you can see, starts from the front here, flows all the way through, goes under the cross. Okay, this was this Gothic cross was an actual design that the client wanted and had kind of drawn up, so I put this on there just to make it flow through with the vines just as she'd wanted. Same thing, I did the double staining of the carved area with the walnut stain, and then highlighted it with the green on the leaves, and I also added a little bit of lighter colors, a little slight yellow, to put a little tinge of gold to the cross, along with the dark brown, just to give it some age, some patina. And on the other side, just as we looked at before, we had the flow that came all the way out from underneath, and we had the forearm, the pistol grip on the front. On the other side, same thing, where I had to take out all the press checkering and put in stippling. So that is the completed stock. I put a couple of coats of a spray polyurethane over the top of it. When you're using any type of oil paints, you want to make sure you're using a spray and not putting it on with your hand, because it will, if you use a finish, that'll kind of take the stain right out if it's not totally dry, and especially the oil paints if you use that. So you've got to cover it with a spray. Use that mostly the oil paints when I'm working on a laminate stock, because as you saw before, when you carve it, it turns white, so you got to stain it. If you're working with solid walnut, for example, same color all the way through. All you normally have to do is put a good coat of, say, tung oil finish over the top of it and have a natural look. But I thank you for taking a look, and we'll see you on the next project. Thanks for stopping by.